What's going on, Cobras? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. And today we got BG&E 2 special episode. Actually, it's going to be more than one episode. I've got a special guest on the call too. We got Crimping Madness, aka just Madness for short, I guess. And here he is to discuss, like the layout of what we're going to be doing in this podcast series for Beyond Good and Evil 2, and talk about other things like the Discord, the subreddit, and it's been and we've had an amazing talk, and we talked about this on a subcast last night a little bit, but for more detail, we have Madness here on the call. Madness, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the Discord, the subreddit that you have started up, and these aren't like official, but they're kind of official, right?
I actually wanted to go over this with you because I was listening to your subcast, was it yesterday?
Right. Yes.
And you kept on saying, I don't know if this is the official Discord server, or I don't know if this is the official subreddit. It's not. I will put that out there straight away. There is no official affiliate Discord server or subreddit, and I tend to think that is the best way to be, because the idea behind Discord and subreddits is that it's community driven, and when moderators and development teams become too entwined within that, then it takes away from what the community actually want.
Right.
So we do have the largest subreddit. I don't know if there's actually any other subreddits related to the game out there. And we have, for what I know, the largest Beyond Good and Evil Discord currently.
It's actually recognized by the team.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I did say we're not official, but we have a very, very good relationship with the Ubisoft team. I speak a lot to Ubisoft, Borgel and Zuzu, who are absolutely great members of the community team. They really do help out a lot, give us ideas for what to do in the Discord and the subreddit. And obviously, there's a giveaway going on the subreddit at the moment, which I will talk about a little bit later. But Ubisoft have actually helped out there. Zuzu specifically gave us 5 extra game keys to give away for that giveaway, so that's going to be good.
Wow. Well, I mean, if they're giving game keys away and they're mentioning you on the Space Monkey program and things like that, it looks like this Discord and the subreddit is actually the place to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I was speaking to my co-owner regarding the state of the Discord and such, and we've kind of always had the opinion that there may be, closer to the game's release, other Discords that sprout up or other subreddits that sprout up, and hey, maybe they gain more traction. But our opinion has just been, build it and the people will come.
Right.
We want to get ahead of the curve, and we want to have a community that's welcoming for both people that have never played the original game, just going to play the second game, or people that have played the original to death and are huge fans of the series in itself. So it's just a wholesome community built by fans for fans, we like to say.
And I haven't posted on the subreddit just yet, but I did join the Discord and kind of said hey, and everybody is just so welcoming there.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a really, really nice community. There's a lot of names that you'll kind of see within the community. Like, there's some people that talk a lot more than others. There's some people that just kind of lurk around there. Mm-hmm. But you'll start to notice common names. But that's the common theme with this community, is everyone's just really, really nice. Everyone's really nice to speak to. Everyone's got a good word for everyone else. Right,
and what's one of the things that's really good about that Discord is that this team is primarily French. There's a lot of French-speaking fans, and there's a lot of English-speaking fans. So those are the two primary languages. And on your Discord, you actually have rooms and channels and stuff like that for people who speak only French. So if you're one of those people that don't speak English very well, there's actually a channel in there for you, multiple channels, but it's comfortable for both languages.
Exactly. I mean, we didn't really kind of understand the grasp of how far the community went in terms of the French community side of the game,
right?
Until I can't remember if it was late 2017 or early 2018, but there was a Beyond Good and Evil stream where they actually said, hey, go and check out the Discord server. And we got an influx of people, and I'd say about 80 to 90% of those people that joined the Discord and the subreddit were actually French members. And it kind of just hit us like, we've got to adapt to this and be on top and work for both sides of the community. We don't want to just kind of single people out because they speak a different language. And I know that you did say a lot of the people on here are also English speaking, but I would say commonly we get a lot of German people, we get a lot of English people. The English side is kind of fractured itself in terms of people that are from Eastern Europe as well. So it's a very, very broad community the game has reached.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of System 3. Just a mix of you know what I mean, hybrids.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's really cool, dude. Really cool. Okay, so yeah, the Discord, guys. I'm gonna put that link down below. Join the Discord, and I'm speaking to my community right now, the ones that were there when we waited for No Man's Sky to come out, and we covered the development, and we were starting big communities together, and we were meeting people. We were all waiting for the game. How exciting it was to wait for Sean Murray to speak. You know, in interviews, and I tell you what, guys, this community, the Beyond Good and Evil 2 community, is exactly the way we were. I mean, through and through, 100%. You know, they're waiting on pins and needles for Michelle Ansel to come out, and they're waiting for the Space Monkey program. It's super exciting to get involved and watch these interviews. They are just like us, the way we were, and I tell you what, man, it's joining their community, the Discord, and hopefully here pretty soon I'll start getting active on the subreddit. But guys, we would get along really well with this community, the BG&E2 community. So I just wanted to put that out there. I think it's amazing how what we went through waiting for the game to come out, and then seeing this happen all over again with another exciting game with a more, you know, with more exciting people that we've never met before.
Absolutely. A quick note on that, Cobra. I did want to ask you, how long did you guys actually have to wait for No Man's Sky?
I started covering the game. I saw No Man's Sky at the end. I think it was December 2013.
Okay.
At the VGX, and I don't think I made a video in 2013. I think I made a video in 2014. So we waited about 2 years.
Okay.
Well,
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Now, just for reference, the Beyond Good and Evil community waited 14 years.
Wow. Yeah, because they started it up and then they stopped, and then
it was 2003 the original game released, and then there was constant leaks and there was trailers for Beyond Good and Evil 2, and it just came back around, and then obviously cancelled, and then every single year in the subreddit the community came back together. We had a sticky post at the top of the subreddit like, is it going to be the year? And I think 2017 was the one year where we were most defeated, where we all kind of sat there like, no, it's not going to happen. And then that trailer hit. And
wasn't it 2016? I thought it was E3 2016 that they had that demo.
No, it's 2017.
Really?
Let me double check.
Yeah, the playthrough, I thought that was 2016. Maybe I'm just getting my dates mixed up.
I'll just fact check this real quick. Yeah, it was 2017, sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
So just last year? Wow.
Yep, it's been a crazy year though. To be fair, it feels like a lot longer, honestly.
Wow, that's you know what's even stranger is, well, for me is, you know, it's strange. You already knew it was 2017, but you know, PlayStation, Sony, not going to be at E3 this year. Next year. Isn't that crazy?
It's something. I think it's I think everyone's kind of setting themselves up to do something. I don't know whether that's going to be next year or the year after, but there's something definitely in the works. Microsoft are doing countless things to ensure Xbox is a brand and a service, and PlayStation are definitely gearing up for something big. I don't know if it's going to be PlayStation Expo that they're going to have next year. It's going to be huge. It could be they are at E3, but in the same way that EA is, and just have a different stage. It's not confirmed yet that I know of.
Well, I mean, they do have their show in December. Sony does their own show in December, so there is that. Maybe they're just thinking they're spending too much money. I don't know, but it is strange indeed. And I'm kind of worried because E3 is like, I love E3. I don't go. I wish I could go, but I love sitting there and I love watching.
Considering going next year.
Yeah.
I think what you said there in regards to money wise, like, are they spending too much? I read something on Reddit, I can't remember who posted it, but someone did say like Sony have kind of sat there, done all this for E3 and put so much money into it, and then look at Nintendo, who literally at E3 just threw out a video and said, "This is what we're doing," and weren't even at the event.
Yeah.
So you gotta weigh up your options, man.
It's gonna be a weird E3, man. I don't know, but they've been going downhill lately. E3's been getting less and less exciting.
They can only be saved by Devolver Digital every year. I seem to find.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back on topic. I kind of veered off there, but let's talk about the giveaway.
Yeah. So this was an idea that myself and my co-owner Johansson had a little while back. We were going to run it a while back, but then it turned out that it was the 15th anniversary for Beyond Good and Evil, the original game. So we were like, let's do something nice here. Let's give back to the community, give back to the game. So out of pocket, I am going to buy the winner a copy of Beyond Good and Evil. Now I've said that this is going to be Steam only because I'm not too sure what the restrictions are for buying on consoles across regions. I've had a couple of issues trying to do that with games before. But I have also said that if the person that wins can't actually redeem Beyond Good and Evil because they already own it or they've played it to death, then I'm willing to, buy them a game of their choosing that's of equal value, etc. But then I was speaking to Zuzu, who went ahead, spoke to the community team, came back and said, yeah, we'll give you 5 codes to Uplay for Beyond Good and Evil. So they're really doing a big thing with that. Those codes, they wanted me to let everyone know that are non-refundable, non-exchangeable, so they can only be redeemed on Uplay for Beyond Good and Evil. You can't reach out to the team and say, hey, I've got this code, can I exchange it for another game? They won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
But it's a free game, and what I was saying is if you've already played it or you already own the game, it's coming up to Christmas, you have a friend that hasn't played it and you want them to play it, give it to someone else. Or if you just want to be in the draw to the sake of hearing your name called out and then you don't want the game in the end anyway, let us know and we'll just redraw it and give it to someone else that does. Simple as that.
All right. Okay, well that's super cool. Go ahead.
I do want to mention, sorry, even though Ubisoft are giving us those 5 game keys, I will still be honouring what I said originally and buying a game for someone. So that's still a thing. That's why on the post it says 6, but Ubisoft gave us 5.
Okay. So there you go, guys. I mean, Ubisoft was reaching out to their subreddit and their Discord. They mentioned you guys on the last Space Monkey program, and they're also giving them game keys. So, I mean, if you're going to join a Beyond Good and Evil 2, Beyond Good and Evil community, it's definitely these 2, which you can find. There'll be the first 2 links down in the description. There'll be the Discord and also the subreddit. Okay,
yeah, and if you head into the subreddit, the very first post, the sticky comment at the sticky post at the very top, that will be actually containing the 15th anniversary. We've got a nice discussion where people talk about their memories of the game, how they came to play it, what their favorite things about it were, and that is where you'll find the link to the competition itself, where you can enter the giveaway. There's no kind of I'm running it through Gleam at the moment. There's no kind of entry restrictions. You just kind of click on that link, log in, put your Reddit username or however you want to do it, and then that's it, you're entered. It's 1 entry per person.
Okay, awesome. Before we talk about hit record, I do want to talk. You wanted to talk about the growth of the Discord and how you're going to need some help here really soon, as far as getting people involved in helping both the Discord and the subreddit. So if you want to go ahead and talk about that before we mention hit record.
Yeah, so the subreddit and the Discord have had exponential growth. From the first trailer that was revealed, we hit the ground running with people from different subreddits, different Discords that all kind of piled in to help together. And over time, it's kind of become this amalgamation of a great moderation team that we've got at the moment. I couldn't be more thankful for my co-owner, Johansson, who absolutely runs the show with me. In my absence, he really picks up a lot of the slack. But that's the thing, we notice we have a lot of downtime between streams, and we have a lot of downtime between news about Beyond Good and Evil 2. But then when something does happen, the influx of people that hit the server and the subreddit is crazy. So those times are where we kind of realize we're getting close to being geared toward this, but we're not fully there yet. We need moderators that can be, kind of there at different time zones. We need people that can help over on the subreddit with the CSS work, doing some graphic stuff and some coding stuff.
Right.
Help with just like the general upkeep of the subreddit. So it's just a case of if you have experience prior. Now, I do want to preface this with, like, we're welcoming people that haven't got experience to, you know, apply, explain your interests and stuff, but we are more interested in people that have got experience running something before or have prior experience doing work on subreddits, just because we need to bring some more experience into the existing team to keep everything running smoothly, because we need to get everything in place ready for the eventual release of the game, because when that happens, if the game picks up, which we all ideally believe it will, it looks like an amazing game so far, then the channels are going to explode, and that's why we need to have the moderation team in place before that actually happens. So yeah, if you are interested in, you know, reaching out and you want to be a part of this, you want to help out on whether it's the subreddit or the Discord, just send me a quick message on the Discord, or you can send me a message to the mod mail team on the subreddit. Just explain what your interests are, your prior experience, and how you'd like to help, and we'll take it into consideration.
Very awesome, very awesome. Speaking of, you know, how the game looks right now, I didn't play Beyond Good and Evil, the first one. Never played it, right? So I didn't even get turned on to it until I seen the trailer or the demo play for Beyond Good and Evil 2, right? And I'm like, wow, this is part 2? Holy crap, this is amazing. What did you guys, you know, so you guys are like, you were there during the first one and stuff like that, so you've been waiting for the second one.
Every year,
yeah. So, because the way that it ends, Beyond Good and Evil, it ends like, hey, there's going to be a part 2, you know, because,
yes.
Okay, so when you guys finally seen, like, the trailer and then the demo, and then you realize, holy crap, this is all, like, open world, like, planets, and you can go into space, and there's a whole star system. What did you think? Like, how did that feel when you saw that? Like, because that had to have been more than what anybody was ever considering.
No, so I did want to talk about this a little bit. There is there's a news article somewhere online, I'll have to find at some point, where they've quoted myself on the Reddit, and my comment was, I literally just cried. and like, honestly, I was sat at my my old house. My girlfriend was sat behind me, and we were watching E3, kind of umming and ahhing, like, oh, what's this going to be? And then the start of the trailer happened, and I was watching it. I was like, I was getting vibes, and I could feel it. I was like, and I just audibly kept saying to myself, is it? Is it really? And then I'd go, oh, no, it's not, it's not, it's not. And then something would happen in the trailer where I'd be like, oh, no, it is.
Yes.
And then we get introduced to 2 new characters, and they're a little bit potty-mouthed, and it's like, okay, no, it's not, it can't be. And the moment that the music changed towards the end of the trailer and that title screen up, I was visibly crying. Like, my girlfriend turned around to me, she was like, are you okay? And she came over and just embraced me a little bit, because she knew, like, to me, it meant so much. And I think that is kind of the general consensus with the community, is like, we waited for this game for so long. It's such an integral part of our actual lives, and like, it sounds silly in a way that, like, a game means so much to some people.
No, I trust me and a lot of other people that are here in this community can absolutely relate.
But yeah, it was one of those things, like, I was so emotional about the idea that they'd finally done it. So I'm on the optimistic side of everything that we hear. I'm very much welcome to embracing changes. I don't know how much you know about the first game, but obviously they took the game as far as they were able to.
Technically, they could only go so far, but it definitely was not what they wanted.
So this now is, they've been working on the Voyager engine. I'm probably going to misquote this, but I want to say 6 years. Someone please comment and tell me that I'm wrong. But it's been a long time, at least, that they've been working on their own engine just to support this game. And now it seems like the scope of what Michel Ancel actually wanted is going to be realized. And that means so much to me personally. And I think the rest of the community kind of holds that in their heart as well.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I think when I first saw the demo, when I see CGI trailers, I'm just like, yeah, but what's the game look like? I want to see the game. Come on, don't show me that. And so I was really excited by the CGI trailer, because it was really well put together.
The tech demo, like, whenever I mention the game to someone, like, I spoke to a friend that I've not spoken to in about 6 years now, someone that I made to play Beyond Good and Evil back in the day. and I said to them, I was like, by the way, there's number 2 in the works at the moment. And I sent them the trailer. Like, oh, this looks cool. And I said, wait, look at this. And the sense of scale and scope that they show off in that trailer is phenomenal. And it
gets everybody every time. Like if I say
it's incomprehensible.
Yes, yeah. Like if I'll be talking to someone like, are you excited about Beyond Good and Evil 2? They're like, well, I didn't like the first one. Or they like, yeah, well, I've heard of it, but I don't know what it really is. Once I send that tech demo where he shows the scale, they're in. They're sold. They're like, what in the world? What?
Now, not to butcher a game that is close to your heart, but No Man's Sky, they had a lot of, this is what's going to be happening. This is the scope of what we're going to do. And at initial release, I'm sure you're aware that wasn't the case. Now, I'm not in any way a No Man's Sky fan. I played the game a little bit at the start, and then I picked it up when Next dropped. I like it now. I'll say that much.
Right.
But like, there was a lot of descriptions of what was going to be in the game, and there was a lot of this is how big it's going to be, and I'm not sure how much of that was actually shown at the time. But with this, the first thing that we hear about the game, we've seen a trailer, and then straight after that trailer, we get, this is what we're going for. This is the sense of scale that we're going for with this game. And I always say to people, like, even if this game is another 2, 3, 4, 5 years out, I've already waited 15 years now for a game. If they've already shown me what they can do with this engine, give them time to perfect it. Give them time to throw as much money as they need to.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
With my videos, people always comment, it's not coming out for a long time. And I'm like, but that's a good thing, okay? That's a good thing. For one, we're going to talk about hit record here in a minute. They're asking for you to have your imprint in the game, whether it be art or music or lore or whatever. Not only that, I always tell people, don't pressure these people. Don't ask them for a release date, because you want these guys to take their time and not get pressured by, dates and things like that.
Exactly.
Because when that happens, they cut features. They just make a viable product to sell, just so they can make that deadline. But I'm like, it's just, I don't care how long it takes them to make this. What's important is that they are making it, and they are very open, very transparent. They have these Space Monkey reports where they like to communicate with the community. They've got the, they're asking for your help with the hit record. They're reaching out. They're asking for, they have like the Space Monkey program, period, where they ask for your input. They'll ask a question, and they'll get everybody's input, and they work off of that.
So, and in addition to that, they've got BGE Fest coming up, which sadly is not this year. Personally, I'm quite happy about that because it means I can save to go next year.
Right.
But that's going to be next year, and we don't exactly know what that's going to be. We expect playable demo stuff centralized about the game, but they're putting so much into this, and they're so open with what they do.
Right.
You kind of have to look at it with optimism.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about real quick, before, I just seen something here, the extra episode explanations. I wanted to talk about that before we get to hit record.
Yeah.
So this is just kind of like an intro. This is the first of, like, maybe you want to call it like episode 0.
Yeah, absolutely.
And go ahead and explain the type of, I don't know, what is it, 5 episodes or 6 episodes?
So if this is 0, then yes, 5. In total, gotcha. Including this, is going to be 6. Basically, the way I saw it was there's a lot of content out there.
Right.
Yes, the game is available to play right now, but there are a lot of people that have come into this and seen Beyond Good and Evil 2, and they're like, oh, this looks crazy, I want to play. But then they may not be interested in playing a 15-year-old game. It's just the world we live in. It's the truth. People might not want to pay for it. People might not have the time to play a game that's 15 years old when you've got, Call of Duty that's coming out every year.
It's difficult. I tell you that much. Like, unless it's a game that you really love.
Exactly.
Like, I can play old games like from PS, first PlayStation era that I think are just absolutely amazing. But if you play something that you aren't familiar with and you don't love, don't love from your past, it's really difficult.
Oh, and if say like the person is 15 years old themselves, they've grown up in a generation of gaming where
Oh yeah.
all of the quality of life improvements that have come over time, they've only experienced that. So when they go back and they look at the game 15 years old, they look at it and they're like, this isn't great.
Right.
So this, for me, I mean, you've not played the original fully yourself.
No, I'm working on it.
This is just going to be, yeah, you're getting through ever so slowly. This is going to be a series that kind of goes into detail to kind of recap, explain the original game, what it was. We're going to, obviously, in later episodes, go into a bit more detail about like game mechanics and such, and the themes of Beyond Good and Evil. But it's just kind of an overview to keep people caught up with the series. And then, obviously, the last episode we're going to do is going to tie it all into Beyond Good and Evil 2. Right. And just where we think that's going to be going, because a lot of people don't realize as well that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a prequel. I know you mentioned the cutscene at the end of Beyond Good and Evil 1,
right.
And we were expecting answers for that. But then this is another thing that the community is in uproar about, is the fact that it is a prequel. And the one thing that I keep saying to people is they have to make this game for both existing players and new players. And they can't be expected to make a sequel to a game that no one's heard of because it was a niche game at the time. No one's played the original, and it ended on a cliffhanger. So you can't throw those people into deep end and say, here's the second game, answering all the questions from the first, and to people that have never played it before.
Right.
So I think, personally, prequel is the best way to go because it builds that world up, and then people may be interested to look into the original game. So yeah, this is kind of, if you're a fan of the series, if you're already caught up and know everything there is to know about Beyond Good and Evil, then great, stick around for the ride. We're just going to discuss some stuff, speak about our opinions, speak about the game itself. And if you've never heard of the first game, never played the first game, or don't have the time to play it, you can kind of use this as just a way to experience the first game secondhand, basically.
Yeah, kind of get caught up on what's going on. So yeah,
absolutely.
Yep. So okay, so episode would be like a story recap. To kind of fill you in on what's going on. Episode 3 will be about gameplay mechanics. 4 will be sort of like themes, like I guess the setting of the game.
The setting of the game, the different cultures that come into the game. There's a lot to talk about there. It's one of those that you don't really realize the depth of the game. One hint I'll give towards that is that there's a huge political theme within Beyond Good and Evil, and Michel Ancel was actually quoted explaining how it actually has relation to 9/11, which not a lot of people know about, but that is one thing that I do want to touch upon in that episode. But there's loads to talk about there. And then we've got episode 5, which is going to be the discussion/review. That's just going to be where we give our own opinions. You can give your opinions based on someone that may have not fully finished the game, but what you have experienced so far, etc.
All right, and then the last episode would be kind of like a summary of previous episodes, and just like a podcast talking about, summing everything up that we've talked about on the other ones. And maybe, I think, we'll do episode 6 as a live show.
Yeah,
and people
absolutely.
Can call in.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Timeline-wise, I don't obviously know when we're going to be free to do it, but ideally, I kind of want to hopefully get this to run between now and the 10th before the next live stream that comes out.
Okay.
Give something to do in between.
Yep. Okay, so the last episode, the summary, will be a live show. I'll work around your schedule, and people can call in and just do what we do with No Man's Sky, talk about Beyond Good and Evil 2, and just what you're excited about it. There's a lot to be excited about. Let's move to Hit Record. Now we've uploaded a couple things on Hit Record on the radio portion. We did something they weren't asking for. They were asking for stingers, but I did a live talk show on there where I played as a hybrid, and I let my subscribers, the fans, they called in either acting as humans or acting as hybrids themselves, and I was advocating for freedom, for pirates, and advocating
can I stop you? Can I stop you for one moment?
Sure.
What kind of hybrid was you portraying?
I was an ape mixed with cobra, so it looked like I was balding because I had I had a snake skin on my head with the ape hair around it, so I looked like an old ape.
I love it.
But it was funny. We had some We had one caller call in and act like a prostitute. She was being used for prostitution. And we had another one call in who was a pet. She was a hybrid, and she was brainwashed and said that I was in the wrong for advocating for freedom for hybrids. And she said that, and her family got on the call. They had some people, so they got on the call and said that I was going to be shut down. They were going to hunt me down, kill me, and this and that. It was really cool. Really, really cool. I had one hybrid call in, and he explained his horrific story of escaping and what he had to do to escape and who he had to kill and how it felt wrong to him, but he was free now. It's really cool. I mean, we uploaded, I think, 2 on there, and they're probably not going to be used. But
I personally think that even if those aren't used, you should bring that back as a regular segment. That sounds amazing.
You know what? We will. We should. We should, actually.
Yeah. I'll help with that. I don't mind.
All right, cool. Very cool. Okay, but hit record. What do you got to say about it, bud?
I just want to advocate for people that haven't heard about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult to hear about Beyond Good and Evil 2 and not hear about Hit Record. They kind of come hand in hand with each other, but there are people out there that haven't heard about it. Simply, if you are a creative type and you're interested in the game, I want to stress that first and foremost. If you are interested in the game and you would like to be recognized for having something that you have made into the game, then check out Hit Record, check out the Beyond Good and Evil project and see what they're looking for. See if there's something there that you can contribute. Now, we both have our opinions on the Hit Record scenario and whether it's a good thing, whether it's a bad thing. I think we're both on the fence of it being quite a good thing for the community.
It is.
It is. It really is. As long as you're not looking for this as a source of income.
Right. So we may as well just talk a little bit about the controversy.
Yeah,
I've kind of like not talked about it on the shows. I think
the stance across the subreddit and the Discord is kind of like we allow it to be discussed because we don't want to shut anyone's opinion down.
Right.
But when it becomes just a back and forth of your opinion's right, my opinion's wrong, my opinion, then we kind of jump in and be like, hey guys, we don't really want that conversation happening here. You can hold your own opinion. You don't like what they're doing. It's when it becomes factual information that may not be factual. That's when it becomes a bit of a gray area.
So the controversy behind it is some artists are saying they're not going to be getting paid what they're deserved, what the normal pay is for work in that industry, and
it's viewed as spec work entirely.
Right. Now I've watched a few videos, watched a few opinions on that. I can't speak about that as being fact. I don't know the ins and outs of what you're going to be paid. But what I can say is this. The way I look at it is it's an awesome way to get your art, to get an imprint of yourself inside a published AAA video game. And if you are a career artist, whether it be a musician or whatever, and you do submit something, and let's say you're not going to get paid what it's worth, it is definitely going to be something really awesome to add to your portfolio. So outside of that, I really don't have an opinion except for I think it's a good thing. And if you are a career artist and you do know this, you do know that you're not going to get paid what it's worth, then it might be something to just pass up.
Yeah. I will say from the opinion of someone that has, like I say, waited for this game for 14, 15 years, if I was to submit something, which I have not actually yet to do because, prior engagements with the Discord and subreddit and such, if I was to submit something and it was taken and put into the game and I could see my name or my handle at the end of the credits of that game, that would be one of the biggest things that could ever happen for me. Just recognition between myself and something that I have waited for so long. As you say, if you're a career artist who is looking for the next gig or the next job to get paid on, I don't think this is something that you should be pursuing if that is your sole reason. The numbers at the moment, I know you don't know them off the top of your head, but it's $50,000.
Yeah, I heard that number, but I didn't know if it was still that.
No, it's on the hit record page still.
Okay.
It may change down the line. Who knows? It's not. It could go up. It could go down.
I
but
heard
what
it had gone up to 100.
Oh, really?
That I don't know if that's true or not. But what he means by 50,000, guys, is that's the pot of money that they have to pay everybody, right? So it's the allowance to pay all of the people who submit.
Now, one thing I do want to go over that a lot of people miss out on is the fact that when you've had a piece of artwork submitted towards a project, or when you've done a piece of music towards a project, you then are part of the game. You will then be paid respectively of what you have contributed to that piece. So the people there that have made full entire songs on their own, the people that have made a snippet for a song or just a drum beat for a song, you'll be paid what that is worth in terms of percentage of the entire pot. Now, in addition to that, to make this more fair, once your piece has been submitted, they are going to be very, very public in the sense that they will post how much that is going to be paid, how much that's worth, and the community can then vote yes or no, or increase this to be paid more, decrease this deserves to be paid less. So the community has a direct say in whether artists deserve to be paid more for the piece that they've contributed. I think that is such a transparent way to do it, because originally when I heard about this, the money wasn't even a factor. It was just they're giving the community a way to be involved within the game.
Dude, like when I first heard about this, I didn't even, like the money or getting paid was even not the first thing in my mind. I'm like, ooh, I want to be in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And then you look at the website and it's like, oh, how would you get paid for this? Oh, they're paying people for this too. Great. And even if it's just I submit a picture and I get 50 cents, I get $1. Like, I don't care about that dollar. I care about the fact that my work that I have put time and effort into has been actually seen by and been like, yeah, this is good enough for the game.
Right.
I think if you can just take satisfaction in a AAA title and hopefully something that is close to your heart, then that is payment enough in my eyes.
I agree. So yeah, I mean, we talked about it. I was trying not to talk about it, but just because.
Yeah, I try to
float
away from the conversation a lot, because everyone has their opinions and people believe that even if what they're doing isn't directly bad, it's going to create a bad standard for the actual industry itself. I understand that aspect as well, but I think the intentions behind this are good, and people should just treat the intentions as seen. Really.
Yeah. But if you guys are interested, though, hit record. Just get involved. I mean, it's a way to have your personality imprinted into this game, a piece of your art or your music or whatever. I mean, so get involved. Go over to hit record, sign up, and if you've got something that you think you can contribute, do so. So that way you can just tell your friends and your grandchildren, like, I was in that game. My art's in that game. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And one thing to lastly mention on the hit record front, on the Discord server, we actually do have a hit record channel, where it may be people posting stuff they've worked on. It may be people posting need help on a project, because hit record at its heart is a collaborative thing. It's not going to be one person designing one piece of art to go in the game. It's going to be a team of people designing one piece of art. It's a very community driven thing. So if you want to see some of the stuff that people within the community have already made, browse hit record, browse the hit record channel within the Discord, see if there's anything there that is an open project that you would like to contribute on, and just, check it all out. Really, just have a look for yourself before you decide what you want to do.
Yeah. Yep. Do we have anything else to discuss for this episode here?
Not that I'm fully aware. I think we covered all bases. Again, I just want to do a quick shout out and a quick thank you to all the people that do help around the subreddit, the Discord. So I've already said it, but I'll say it again. Johansson has been the biggest help. I couldn't ask for a better partner in crime in terms of picking up my slack. He helps me with absolutely everything on the Discord, so absolutely great guy to work with. And the community team for Beyond Good and Evil over at Ubisoft, they are just a bunch of great people. I speak to Bogle probably once a day, once every couple of days, just about how things are going. He talks to me a lot about the server, and like we track the statistics and the analytics of the server. It's a lot of shop talk, but then every now and again we'll just have a conversation where it's like not about Beyond Good and Evil. So the way that they are involved and integral to the community is just brilliant, and I couldn't ask for a better partnership to come out of this, really. That's right. Than the people we've got supporting us so far.
Yeah. We're supposed to be getting some new footage in December, right?
Yes. So December 10th is meant to be because this has already been showcased. So the gameplay that they showed at the last stream, that was E3 footage.
There was a couple new frames in there.
There was a couple of frames. Yeah. You're not wrong. I did catch those. Yeah. But nothing noticeable.
Nothing big.
Yeah. But at E3 there was obviously the Ubisoft star players. They got to check out an actual playable demo, and they got to see it in person. Some of what happened there has been reported. One of the other content creators that we actually do support over on the Discord channel is DTakes23. Denise, she's a really lovely girl.
She is.
She has been doing a lot of coverage on Beyond Good and Evil so far. She went over what she was allowed to go over from the playable demo, but my belief is that the demo that we get to see on the 10th is going to be the demo that they played at E3. There may be some extra bits in there, but we're going to see it live in person, so it should be really cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this, we'll call it episode 1.
Episode 1.
Yeah, we'll wrap up episode 1, and we'll come back with the next one. I think we'll do these, what do you think, once a week?
Yeah. What date are we on now? We're on
18th. This is
maybe twice a week, because we want to get for the 10th.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll do 2 a week, and
then obviously we can update this initial episode with links to the future episodes and stuff. So.
That's right. Yeah. As always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming back every single time. You guys are amazing. Best community on YouTube, period. And Madness, thank you for coming on, buddy.
No, thank you for having me, Cobra. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a good long while, and I reached out, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm game." So
then I had to go get in a car wreck, which put us way far behind.
Then I had to clean my house. So
yeah,
we both have delays.
All right, guys, we'll be back with the following episodes. Until next time.